Hey Hilti fans, my name is Ben and I'm filling in for Krista today on this episode of Hilti Live. And today, as you can see, we are going to talk job site robotics and Jbot. And I'm here with Michael, one of our product managers at Hilti North America, specifically for the Jbot. Thank you for joining us, Michael.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So Michael, let's first talk a little bit about job site productivity and safety, and how can something like Jbot help customers with both of those things?
Yeah, so Hilti really has a pulse on the construction industry, and one trend that we've noticed over the years is really this worker shortage. About 80% of our customers have mentioned that they have some sort of worker shortage on the job site. And what that means is that the employees that they do have to be a lot more productive. They have to do more tasks, and one of the things that we've noticed with robotics is there's a lot of repetitive tasks on a job site. And so being able to take those tasks and automate them really helps workers be more productive because they're not doing those repetitive tasks. It also brings a little bit more health and safety because they're not doing a repetitive task that could cause injury to their bodies.
Yeah, and I mean specifically health and safety, the application we've designed Jbot for, there's a lot of potential health and safety risks, right?
Yeah, so it's designed for overhead drilling. So kind of doing that MEP installation work is really what it's designed for. And when you think about the application today, it involves ladders or scaffolding. It involves silica dust abatement, so whether that's a filter over your face or whether that's through a vacuum system, which adds weight to the tool. And then you have the actual drilling, which you're working overhead. And if you have vacuum systems on that, then that's just more weight on your shoulders and on your limbs during that whole process.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk to me a little bit about Jbot itself. First of all, what does Jbot stand for?
Yeah, so Jbot stands for Job Site Artificial Intelligence Robot, and that's our first foray kind of into this robotic world.
Cool. And then, so the parts of Jbot.
Yep, so Jbot really is composed of three parts. You have the tracks, you have the body, and then the arms. The tracks are really, again, it's a semi-autonomous robot, so it still needs a driver to get the Jbot into a location. So just like a remote control car you had growing up as a kid, Jbot has these tracks. I have two little knobs here on my remote control, and I can drive Jbot around on a job site using these remotes.
Very easy movement.
Very easy. Then you have the body. This is the body and the brains. We keep all of our equipment, all of the systems are built into this body part, and again, protected by a steel housing to really protect it on the job site.
We'll kind of look at some of those things here in a second.
Yeah, that sounds great. And then finally, you have the arms. So we have the vertical arms. So this is really to get you up to your ceiling height that you need.
What is that height? Like how high up can I drill with a Jbot?
Up to 16.5 foot high ceilings.
Okay.
So a minimum of 8 feet, but up to 16.5 feet.
Okay.
And then you have the horizontal arm, and this arm then gets the Jbot into position for that drilling application.
Cool.
And then finally, we have the
business end
the business end of Jbot is really the drill end. And what you'll see here is we've used standard Hilti equipment. So you'll see a T6A, you'll see our vacuum attachment. So we use a Table 1 compliant vacuum system to really suck the dust out, and then a dust bellows to really capture that dust. You'll also see a prism here, and this prism is really what guides the tool, the robot, for accuracy when you're drilling. This connects to our PLT 300 total station, and as you might know, our total stations work by locating the head unit, as we call it, on the job site, and then that can tell you very accurately where anything else on that job site is. So this locks onto the prism, and then can tell within 1/8 of an inch where that drill hole should be.
Okay, very cool. So we kind of alluded to it earlier, all these different compartments on the Jbot. Can we open her up a bit?
Yeah, let's see that. I'm gonna move the arm back into position. So again, going back to health and safety, there is protective stops. So if this were to encounter anything or hit anything as it's moving around, it just comes to a complete stop and freezes. That way it's, you know, no risk to humans and or objects that may already be installed on the job site.
Very good.
So we open this up. You can see here our Table 1 compliant vacuum system here. We have our paint system and our pressure system for actually trigger pulling and loading in the paint.
Cool.
We'll come over here. Again, you're working constantly, so it could happen that your drill burns out or needs to be going for repair. This is your standard T6A. Comes with a backup one, as well as a couple of backup drill bits. As you're drilling overhead, you'll need to replace those bits out periodically.
Yeah,
but they're provided for in this compartment.
Yeah, so everything you need to do the drilling.
And then back here, what I like to call the trunk, is really just like a car. It has all the rest of the stuff in it. So this is where your controllers go. This is where the batteries are.
PLT goes in here.
PLT goes in there. So kind of everything else that you would need can fit and has a compartment built in here for them.
So it really truly is a totally self-contained unit. Everything I need to do my application, all on the Jbot. I don't have to carry around anything else.
Yep. So once you're on site with the Jbot, you never have to leave it to get anything. It's all built in.
Well, I say we probably drill some holes.
All right, let's do that. So as I get this in position, I'm going to go back and I'm going to move. Again, drive it forward. What you'll see is the total station is kind of doing a search pattern now. It's looking for that prism, and that really allows it to lock on and accurately locate where it's at. Once that's locked on, it will do a little calibration dance to make sure that it is locked onto the right prism, and that will allow it to then see. So that's what it's doing now. It's verifying that it's the right prism that's locked on, and then that helps calibrate its location as well.
And you might have mentioned it before, but again, the accuracy on this is really high, right?
Right. So within an eighth of an inch at 150 feet is what the total station spec to, and so that's really what you can expect with this tool.
And then once I have Jbot in place like this, and I'm in my area, how big of an area can I drill within once I'm parked?
Yeah, so it has a 6-foot diameter or 3-foot radius of its location, and it will drill all the holes in that area that it can reach. So what it's doing now is it's marking different locations. So it's saying maybe it's a different trade or maybe a different pipe size. But what you can do is you can say, as the electrician, you're the 3 hole or you're the 3 paint mark holes belong to you.
Okay.
So when you're going in to install your conduit or pipes or whatever it may be, you're going to be looking for the So you'll be looking for those three paint mark holes, and those will be yours. That you can then look at your BIM model and see what anchor, what pipe or conduit goes at that location.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see we're here in Irving where we do a lot of customer presentations. We also do a lot of testing. You can see all the different spray patterns. So how many different combinations can I have?
Right, you can have up to 8 different spray patterns with this. There's only one color. So the color is the same, but with the different patterns, you can have up to 8 different patterns.
Okay, very cool. Well, so let's just kind of summarize a little bit here. Jbot, big, a big job site improvements in terms of health and safety, but how do I know if it's right for me or for my project? What kind of a customer or project is good for Jbot?
Right, so first of all, you have to have the overhead drilling application, so you need to be installing something overhead. It does work with flat concrete deck as well as corrugated steel deck, so it does work with both of our most common floor/ceiling types in North America. And again, ideally it's designed to drill a lot of holes. So if you can get multiple trades working together to have all those holes drilled all at once, that's an ideal situation. But we do have what we call digital construction consultants at Hilti, and they can help you kind of walk through each job site, the specifics of each one, to see if that job site is ideal fit for Jbot.
Very cool. Well, thank you for the demonstration. This was really fascinating.
Yeah, thanks for having me out.
Awesome. So if you have any comments or questions, please put them in the chat below. We'd love to hear your feedback or also answer any questions that you might have. And thank you for watching this episode of Hilti Live, and we'll catch you on the next one.